Hello and welcome to Univah. In the previous video, we briefly went over studio lighting, portrait lighting in an interior setting. It was beautifully done. And as Stephanie said, it's just as easy and equally as beautiful to light your exteriors in Univah Pro. Let's take a look. Stephanie purchased this 3D model from CG Trader. It imported nicely and came with all the textures already applied, thank goodness. We don't like having to manually apply textures. As you can see, the 3D model renders very well in the Univah Pro environment, and truthfully, because our lighting is so well done, getting this quality is not at all a difficult process. If you've been following our videos thus far, then you have learned already some of our lighting techniques, which are very powerful and produce very professional results. This video will be an extension of that. Let's rename our characters to fit the mood of the scene. I think this guy should be our undiscovered genius. He's very calm and does not at all seem to be bothered by the fact that he is stranded. Whereas, this guy does seem a bit upset. So, we will name him Frustration. Alrighty, and this guy is just Man. Yeah, that works. So as you can see, we have a very natural daytime scene. It's not too bright, it's not too dark. The lighting is natural based on real time of day. In a moment, I'll be changing the lighting and light direction so you can see how different this scene can look. With animations applied, once you drag in your motion capture files, you can imagine how cinematic your films will look in Univah Pro. It already looks like the start of an interesting film. Alrighty guys, before we dive deeper into exterior cinematic lighting in Univah Pro, we would like to thank you for your support. Thank you for sharing our videos and spreading the word. To those of you who are new to our company and to Univah Pro, here are our specs. Alrighty, let's get started now. I'm going to load a different environment map. Oh yes, that's nice. I'm going to allow you to examine the scene. I won't just change the lighting and stay in one spot. For your benefit, and for those of you who have not yet tried Univah Pro, I'll do my best to show you as much as I can. This is one of the areas where Univah really shines. We have made it so that lighting all kinds of environments is easy. Frustration and Genius look really good back there. Now remember, the key to making the light work is using the directional light, exposure and environment map. Using the right settings matters. Let's move on to another map. I've loaded the forest environment map. Here are the results. Very different lighting. Notice how naturally lit the skin textures are. In this example, we went with lower poly models so that you can see that even lower poly models look very good in Univah Pro. Let's try increasing and decreasing the light intensity. Simply changing the intensity of the light can give the scene a completely different look. As you can see, with the intensity now set to this value, this gives the viewer the perception that the weather is very hot. This looks like a very sunny day. Changing that intensity back down does not change the time of day, but makes the sun less hot. If you notice a delay in the recording, I do apologize. I'm running this example on the debug version of Univah Pro instead of on the release mode. For those of you who are not programmers, debug means the development or slower version of a software. So, as we said in our previous videos, when lighting your exteriors, it's best to always add a human being and then base your lighting on how the skin looks with different light intensities. You do not want your skin textures looking washed out. So, we have already done enough testing to know the right settings for you to use in Univah Pro to light the skin appropriately. Let's drag all our UI panels to the right so we have a bigger view. I'm now going to switch to sketch mode and show you something very beautiful. This scene looks wonderful in sketch mode. Before I switch to sketch mode, let's look at this scene with the overcast map applied. Very good. Wow, it just gets better and better. That is Univah Pro. Alrighty friends, now, let's light our scene without using the environment map. That is what sketch mode and all the other rendering styles are for. The other rendering styles do not apply any of the light from the environment map. That is why, whenever I switch styles away from PBR, you notice, the background clears and the environment map is gone. Very good. Now we can have some fun with a less photorealistic style. Let's get started. Firstly, as you saw, I increased that light intensity to 50. Now this is tricky guys. 50, for a directional light, is extremely bright. Also, I added some clouds and a sky. Our clouds are very versatile. We can move them much higher up into the sky if we feel like they are too low for the scene. You have a lot of control over the clouds. Using the gizmo, we can drag the clouds higher up to create a more distant cloud. Perfect! Now our clouds are very far away. We always use Avatar: The Last Airbender as a benchmark for the quality you can achieve in sketch mode. You have seen it. Just with a click of a button, we can achieve this very professional Hollywood-level animation style in Univah Pro. Okay, this always blows people's minds when we show them how powerful something as simple as changing the light direction is. Look at how different your scenes can look by simply changing the direction of the light. Now this gives us more of an evening feel. When you switch to PBR, remember to lower the light intensity back down, as now in PBR mode we have the IBL. In the other rendering styles, we had to increase the light intensity because the other rendering styles do not take into account IBL. So, back to sketch style. Let's play with the intensity a bit more and the light direction. The workflow in Univah is very intuitive. In other softwares, this would be very hard to achieve. Other softwares simply are not set up this way. So this is the typical Univah Pro lighting workflow. You would repeat these steps until you get the desired results. We hope you have enjoyed our video so far. We are very excited for you to try the Univah Film Engine. Visit our website to request a 1-hour free trial. Have a nice day.